Okay, let's start our work. Good morning, and we are going to start the characteristics of organism today. Is it okay?
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Good morning, sir.
Let's start our work. Good morning, and we are going to start the characteristics of organism. As it's been repeated in, yeah, okay. Characteristics of organism. Last week we finalized. We finished the discussion of the quantification of elements and the relationship between the moles and the molar mass and number of atoms, molecules, so and so. And today it is the eighth unit in your syllabus, characteristics of organism. This is biology. Maybe a question is most probably possible because the studying the characteristics of organism you start from grade 6, if you can remember. And this is a little bit developed one and advanced one. And let's see what characteristics are there. Before starting the revision, I just want to remind you of your courage, your attitude, and your skills towards this um, learning process. It's better you keep your eyes on your education, keep your eyes on the normal proceeding, even though the country is not in normal proceeding still. So many storms are going there. There are so many things, but we don't want to worry about that. If the thing happens smoothly, fine. But um, well, when we coming back to talk about the characteristics of organism, we want to see the difference between the organisms, living things, and the non-living things. Basically, as I told you earlier, the environment is made of basically two things. That is the matter and energy. Matter and energy. So combinedly, the matter and energy. Um, combinedly the matter and energy make. Yeah, combinedly the matter and energy make the ecosystem. So the matter, there are so like maybe pure substance, maybe um, what's the other one? Mixtures, ne? Pure substance are there, mixtures are there. But when we think of the living organisms, all this matter is required for, energy is required for creating the living organism. So, what are the characteristics of living organism? How is a living organism created? The, there are several things that we want to consider. In our syllabus, where, according to the unit 8, in page number 140 of your syllabus, you can see that cellular organization. Cellular organization. There should be a cell. So the first one is cellular organization. Cellular organization. Cellular organization. I'm going to give you a brief introduction about the lesson and then we'll start answering the question. Basically here what I'm trying is to uh, make the questions along with you, and then see how you can answer that one. Cellular organization. What is cellular organization? Whether it is a unicellular organism or multicellular organism, they are made of cells. They are made of cells. The second one, nutrition. 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 There, we should take the food in order to make our life. The nutrition. There are basic requirements like carbohydrate, protein, vitamins, water, and mineral salts. Those are required. I have my body structure, body cells, and the function. So the matter is required to build up my body, and energy is required for the functions. You have to have them, otherwise you are not going to be an organism. Uh, well, the other one is the respiration. 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 So we want to say the respiration is not just take breathing in and breathing out. It's respiratory movement. We're not going to talk about the respiratory movements, but we are going to talk about the respiration, the cellular respiration. And let's see what cellular respiration is and the rest. Then, what is the other one? Next one is irritability and coordination. Irritability and coordination. Irritability, IRRITA. Irritability and coordination. Irritability and coordination. Irritability and coordination. Then excretion. 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 And the sixth one, movement. Movement. And the seventh one, movement, reproduction, reproduction, and growth and last, growth and development. Growth and development. Growth and development. So these are the characteristics of living organism. It may be paramecium. It may be paramecium. It may be uh, it may be coral polyps or medusa. It may be annelida. It may be mollusca. It may be annelida. It may be mollusca, right? So it may be plant, Mosses poganatum, or cycus, whatever it is, and it may be a bacteria. They are living organisms. They all do all those things. The cellular organization, there should be a cell. If there is no cell, there is no life. And nutrition, the necessary uh, food is should be there. And when you think of the nutrition, there are two types of nutrition: autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic, they produce their own food. There are chemoautotropism and photoautotropism. Some organisms do some chemical reactions and then take their necessary energy for their living. And the other one produces the food by using the sunlight and chlorophyll within the plant cell. Respiration, here it is the cellular respiration. The respiration takes place within the mitochondria. In the mitochondria, the cellular respiration takes place with the glucose and oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor is produced. Irritability and coordination, that is the nervous system in synchronous irritability and coordination, very sensitive to the happening in the environment. The environment can be two types. One thing is outside environment, and the other one is inside the environment. I mean, internally, the body. There are changes, and they are also considered plus the changes outside. Irritability and coordination. Excretion. We know when you think of a factory, there's a production. There are some things happening inside the building, but there are some matters that you have to remove from the body. So excretion means the removal of the matter which is not necessary to the particular cell from the body. So excretion is done, actually it's happening within the body cell. Movement, there are two types of movement. Maybe part of the body is moved or the whole body is moved. If the whole body is moved with the organs, the particular organs, we call locomotion. So the movement, there are plant movements, and there are some movements shown by the plants, like like the movement towards the sunlight, away to the stimuli, away from the stimuli, and so on. So reproduction is producing new organism by existing cells, maybe sexually, maybe asexually. Sexual reproduction and sexual reproduction is there. And the other one is growth and development. Mm, uh, Irreversible increase of the dry mass is the growth. You can see that irreversible increase of the body mass. The body mass, we can have the body weight or the mass, maybe 60 kilogram. From 60 kilogram, I can increase quickly the 60 kilogram into 61 kilogram within 1 minute, or maybe by drinking a huge amount of water and eating some food. Now you put into the body, so the body mass will be increased, but that is reversible. I mean, when this water and the food is removed from your body, that mass is not considered your actual growth and development. Whatever the things added to your cells and kept permanently within the body, that is what we call the dry mass. And if the body is dead and then remove the water, so the remaining part is the mass, dry mass we call. So we have to consider the growth and development from there in that point. Well, we have to consider the things that can be used in our lessons to make the question. Cellular organization is there, and yeah, then we have nutrition, respiration. There are two experiments from the respiration that I'm going to show you how the question can be made. Irritability and coordination is there. Excretion, we can have the question from excretion. We can have the question from reproduction, and we can have growth question from growth and development. And maybe when considering virus is something there. Well, let's see. Let's try to make the questions from them. Cellular organization. Now I'm going to consider cellular organization and make the question. Take your piece of paper and ready to go. We are talking about today characteristics of organisms from grade 10, unit 8. Characteristics of organism, grade 10, unit 8. Ready? Go. Question number 1. Question number 1. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Should I use black one or blue? Blue is better.
Okay, sir.
Should I share the screen? Should I
No,
share the
sir.
screen? Huh?
No, sir.
No, sir.
To stay comfortable. You want to see me as well. Am I that handsome? Okay. Thank you for that. Well, cellular organization, what I'm going to consider here. Cellular organization. All right. Um, mm, mm, mm. Right. The organism, the organism are made of made of cell and it may be it may be single cell, single cell or many cell, single cell or many cell. First question, name, name. Unicellular, 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 autotrophic, autotrophic organism. Name a unicellular autotrophic organism. Second one, multicellular, multicellular organism, organism also AL are also multicellular organisms are also created from from two from two fingers from two cells from two cells. Thinking of human, simple A, name is two cells. Simple B, write the major difference. Write the major difference between the write the major difference between the above cell, above cells and an ordinary vegetative state. What is the single cell? What is the single cell that the life of human to start? My third question, third question, my third question. Write three different type of cells, available in simple A, plants, simple B, animals. Question number 4. Question number 4. Question number 4. Write a difference between, write a little bit of change, write a structural difference, write a structural difference, between, write a structural difference between one, simple A, prokaryotic cell, and eukaryotic cell. Simple B, a fungi cell, and a fungi cell and a root hair cell. Root hair cell of plant. And my fifth question. You might feel at the start of the question might be easy when you think of it's a cellular organization. And my last question, write the correct Organizational. Organizational level. Organizational level, which is available in human body. Human body. Well, those are the questions for you to answer. I have framed it, and as they are very small now, I'm going to share your screen for you to have a good look. Okay. Better you answer and see whether it's very easy or difficult. Is my sound clear? Yeah. Can you see that? Are they too small? Are they too small?
No, sir.
Can see.
Can see. Right. WRIT. At three different types. Write a structural difference between. I know that you can't score the total marks given to this question. Can you? Finish your answering? Not yet. Yes, it. Udani, did you come yesterday class? I didn't see you.
Yes, sir.
You came. Okay. Lalit, the organisms are made of cells and it may be single cell or many cells. Shall we discuss the answer? Okay or no?
Not yet, sir.
No, not yet. Okay. Once you finish, please let me know. It's okay to go. Okay. Ready? And no response comes. Is Ryan here? Ryan's friend is here. No, Ryan. Okay. As you are part, no response. Sudhara, you finished? Did you finish your answer?
Finished.
Finished. Huh?
Finished as far as I can.
Oh, that's fantastic. Ashini. Ashini Amaya. You became a teacher one day in my class, I remember. Right. It was a nice experience, am I correct? We organize, now let's see. You know, the question, like, when you think of the cellular organization, we might feel that the um, the questions that we can make is so simple and it may be very easy to answer, but still it's not. We can make it simpler or tougher, like here. Uh, can you at least two of you about? Can you give me any comment about this? Is it easy? Could you answer all the questions perfectly or no?
No, sir.
No,
What
sir.
about the? Huh?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. Which part you find difficult? Which part you found it difficult?
To me,
Part
second
one,
part. Second part. To me.
Second part.
second part. And what about this third one? Uh, this one, fourth B. No, no shoot.
Uh,
Huh? Okay,
It,
let's see.
it's good.
Contribute if you possible. Then we will be glad. The answer, I've selected the black one, and the first part. What's it? Name a unicellular autotrophic organism. What is it?
Protozoa.
No.
Algae.
Algae is fine. Algae is fine. Can you name one organism? Algae, protozoa is a group of organisms. Like paramecium is protozoa. Protista has protozoa
Ulva.
and yeah, ulva, fantastic. Ulva. Uh,
Camonas.
Chlamydomonas. CHTHALA Cipsara. Yeah, your answer is correct. Chlamydomonas. But how to write chlamydomonas? CH? Yeah. Chlamydomonas is the correct answer. Have you seen chlamydomonas? CHLA, chlamydomonas. CHLAYCH. This one is chlamydomonas. I'll show you if you have not seen. This is chlamydomonas. Here, this is chlamydomonas. It is unicellular and photosynthetic, right? That's chlamydomonas. How to spell chlamydomonas? CHLAY, chlamydomonas. Pulva is correct. Her name unicellular autotrophic organism. Multicellular organisms are also created from two cells. Thinking of human, name these two cells. Hey, what are the two cells?
Sperm cell and ovum cell.
Yeah, Ramdanu, a sperm cell and ovum cell. Sperm cell and ovum cell. Sperm cell from the male, ovum from female. Simple B. Name these two cells, right? Write the major difference between the above cells and an ordinary vegetative cell. What's the major difference between these two? Yeah. What is the major difference?
Cell division.
Cell division. No. Ordinary cell division in okay. The way of cell division in now, if we say sperm cells are they dividing, that's issue. The way of forming is okay, but what is the difference between these two cells? Have single chromosome. Vegetative cells have pairs of chromosome, N type chromosome and 2N type chromosome. Am I correct? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The sperm and ovum cell have single SINGL, single chromosome CHROMO, chromosomes within bracket N type and but vegetative cell, vegetative cells have pairs of chromosomes CHROMOSOMES. I mean, 2N. That's the difference. N type and 2N type. See, there you go, summarize. Okay, see. What is the single cell that life of human starts?
Tiger.
What's it?
Tiger.
It is the zygote, ZYGOT. So you can have something like here. You can have something like here. Right? You can have a zygote. You can have this zygote. As you can see, the sperm cell, the ovum cell, egg cell or the ovum cell, the sperm cell, and combinedly you have the zygote. Is it Y, G, or T? That's this is N. This is N. and this is 2n. N type, the single chromosome, if you have 23, and this is 23 pair. So the answer is 5. Is Z, Y, D, O, E, D. And next one. Third question. Were you able to answer all these of the second part? Third.
Excuse me, sir.
Yep.
Sir, is it also called the embryo?
Embryo, yeah, it is in embryo. Embryo. The textbook says embryo, right? What's the difference between embryo and zygote? EMBRYO, embryo. The embryo indicates an embryo is the early stage of development of a multicellular organism. In general, in organisms that reproduce sexually, embryo development is a part. Actually, embryo is the whole thing, right? If you think of embryo, like the exact word is single cell, it is zygote. If you say embryo, it is not only considered one, as you can see, it is not considered to that single cell. Yeah, this whole embryo. Brune. It may be zygote or maybe morula. There are some words if you can remember, right? Multicellular organism, but I'm not referring to the one that available your textbook. See? This develop and this is embryo all. Okay. The correct answer is what? The zygote. And that's why the confusing thing comes. And third one, write 3 different types of cells available in plants. Let's read simple A. If you can prefer plants, yeah. What are they? What are the 3 types of? If you say anything, you can write. Write 3 types of. You can write. Let me see.
Xylem, sir.
Xylem cell. Xylem cell. Then the other one is also there. Phloem. PHLOEM. Phloem cell. And the other one? Epidermal cell. You can say guard cell, right? You can have stomatal opening, this opening, pollen grains, right? Xylem cells, phloem cells, epidermal cells, guard cells, guard cells. In the plant leaf, they are available. Animals, 3 types of cells available in animal cells. Nerve cells, muscle cells. What else? Nerve cells, muscle cells, bone cells. Huh?
Except
Here, clearly. Blood cells. Blood cells. In the blood, you can have red blood cells, white blood cells, and all. Animals. Write the structural difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. What's the structural difference between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell? A. Fourth one, A. Yeah. Eukaryotic cell has organized nucleus or nuclear envelope. Eukaryotic cells have a nuclear envelope, and prokaryotic cells do not have nuclear envelope. Is that correct? If I'm going wrong, please correct me on the spot. Don't wait until go, and then because then like last week, Sandhanu, you gave me a reminder. Thank you for that. Endothermic and exothermic reaction, like so it's a hard thing to concentrate. I have to think some things like not something like easy for like teaching a theory class, right? A prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. So you can say prokaryotic cell, prokaryotic cell doesn't have doesn't have nuclear envelope, but eukaryotic cell, eukaryotic cells, prokaryotic cell, sorry, cell doesn't have eukaryotic cell has a nuclear, can you say nuclear envelope? In the cell there is a nucleus. The nucleus is covered with the nuclear envelope. I will show you them. Right. This is a bacteria cell, and this is an ordinary cell. The difference between the prokaryotic cell and the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Going to show you the difference. Right. Here you can see the difference between the prokaryotic cell. You can disturb me. You can just talk to me or put a chat message if you have any doubts and problems. Right? Don't be silent. This is the difference between the prokaryotic cell, this one, and this is eukaryotic cell. The special attention is given here to the nucleic matter. As you can see that these are the nucleic matter that the DNA, RNA, DNA or RNA, they are arranged there. And if you consider the eukaryotic cell, you can see the nuclear, and nuclear is well, nucleic matters are well covered by double membrane structure we call the nuclear envelope. And I'll show you the nuclear envelope. Yeah, the nuclear envelope to show you very clearly. Let me find out the one. Nuclear, yeah, nuclear envelope. It's a double membrane, and yeah, this is the nuclear envelope. It's a double membrane structure. As you can see, the nuclear envelope is there. It's a double membrane structure. The outer membrane is there to create the endoplasmic reticulum. ER, endoplasmic reticulum, and the inner membrane is there to cover the internal part of the nucleus. This is eukaryotic nucleus, well covered, and these are chromatins. It becomes a chromosome when the nuclear cell division, sorry, the cellular cell division in starts, right? Going to that part. Plant cell, you have prokaryotic cell, then prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell, right? B, a fungi cell and a root hair cell of plant. What is the difference between the fungi cell and the root hair cell? That's the place where, like, if you are to answer this kind of questions and to get the full mark, no, you can't, because only the brighter, those who have studied hard with the real concentration on it can answer this type question. So I just want to show them. Even though it is biology, even though you feel, okay, it's so simple that I can answer all the questions, if the questions to come from that unit 8, the answer is no. So what is the answer for this one? A fungi cell and a root hair cell of a plant. Please, you guess? Let me have your guess even. What type of cell is chick cell? It is, Kavisha, chick cell is animal cell. It is eukaryotic cell. Chick cell is an animal cell, and it has all the things available in the eukaryotic cell. I mean, animal cell. Are you happy about that, Kavisha, the answer?
Yes, sir.
Right. What's the answer for this one? Randu. Buddhima. Ashwini. Why did I select the root hair cell? You know that there are two answers for this, right? The two answers are, if you consider the fungi, it is heterotrophic. Understood. Therefore, if you say plant cell, then immediately I know that straight away you will be writing the availability of chloroplast, right? The plant cells have chloroplast, and the animal cell do not have chloroplast. So fungi is a heterotrophic organism. It doesn't have chlorophyll. I wanted to block it. I want to stop or not answering that. I'm making it incorrect if you write chloroplast. So that's why I select root hair cell. Now, root hair cell doesn't have, I mean, if you consider the epiphytes, it's okay. I mean, orchid, but I'm just referring root hair. Root hairs are available in not epiphytes. So the other plants, they have the root hair cells under the soil. Then what is it? What about the cell wall? A fungi, it has cell wall. Plant cell, it also has a cell wall. What's the difference between these two cell walls? What's it? Fungi has the chitinous cell wall. It is made of the protein chitin, right? And the plant cell wall is made of cellulose cell wall. Cellulose cell wall, but fungi has the chitinous cell wall. Am I correct? Did anybody write that answer? Fungi cell Did anybody write that answer? No? No?
No, sir.
No, sir.
The difference between the plant cell and fungal cell. Let's see. This is the yeast, this is plant cell, and this is the cell wall, and they also have cell wall, cell wall, cell wall. Okay, the cell wall is available, and the cell wall is available here. But you know that, is it unfair for me to include a question like this? Do you think? Is it unfair to put a question like this in this unit?
No,
Yes
sir.
or no? Huh? No,
No, sir.
because when you have answered, if you have studied the 13th question, 13th unit, classification of organisms, and we have to discuss about the microorganisms and the fungi. So when we study the fungi, it is there we have to study about the cell wall. Fungi cell wall made of chitin protein, the cell wall, chitinous cell wall. And the plant cell, of course, we know that it's a cellular cell wall. You're right. Fungi, chitinous, chitinous, N-O-U-S, chitinous cell wall. Chitinous cell wall and fungi, plant root hair. We can say cellulose, cellulose cell wall. We will offer සම්පූර්ණ ලකුණු ගන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. සර්ගේ ප්‍රශ්න හැදුවොත් it is hard. He never let score the full mark. Yeah, that's my nature. Write the correct organizational level which is available in human body. So you can see what is the organizational level. Cell, then tissues, then organs.
So is the chitinous cell wall is made of
What's it?
is the chitinous cell wall is made of protein?
It's chitin protein, am I correct? That's why the mushrooms are highly nutritional in that's rich in protein. Chitin is a protein, right? And the exoskeleton of the arthropoda insects, crustaceans is so, right? Am I correct? No? Chitin can a protein එකක් නේද? P-I-T-I-N. P-R-O-T-I-N. Chitin. To the protein keratin. Am I right? Where is it? Chitin is not a protein, but it's similar to protein in that they are both polymers. Protein is made of amino acid, while chitin is made of what? Chitin is made of, yep. What do crustaceans, archaeas, fungi, algae, and insects all have in common? Well, it has been rather small. These organisms all contain an amazing substance called chitin. Is chitin protein? Chitin is not a protein, but it's similar to protein in they are both polymers. Protein is made up of amino acids, while chitin is made up of amino sugars. But chitin wouldn't be considered a source of protein, not a source of protein. Still, though chitin acts somewhat similar to certain protein, for example, keratin is the protein in the human body that helps to form hair and nails. However, instead of creating hair or nails, chitin generates a hard outer shell or armor in organisms for protection. Its main function in animal is primarily to hydrate and protect soft tissues. Eating chitin, good idea. Chitin is more familiar than you may think. Likely it has made an appearance on your dinner plate at some point. Foods like shrimp, lobster, mushrooms, and even insects all possess chitin. When consumed, chitin is a fantastic source of insoluble fiber, something like that. It's not a protein, but it's like a protein structure that it says. Thank you for that one. Here you are. Right? The mushroom, right? This is what I read. It's chitin a protein. It says not a protein, but similar to protein in that they have amino sugars. Thank you for asking that one. But I have seen that the textbook says it's chitinous protein. Somewhere I can't remember exactly where I see. Okay. Are you happy about that answer?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Better you ask, and then we will be going in the correct path. Okay. All right. Fifth, is that on? Okay. Tissue, organisms, organs, and then systems. Systems, SYSTEMS, and then organism. How are you? How are you feeling now? Is that okay? Is it a harder question?
Bit hard.
Huh?
Bit hard.
No one could able to score the total mark.
I think no.
Huh? No one could. Okay. Let's go to the other part. Let me check whether I can shrink this one. Then that will be fine. I think I can make it a corner. Oh, should be able to make it shrink. I should be able to small. Should be small now. I think that's okay. Okay. Let's go to the other question. Question number 2. Question number 2. Do you want a harder one like that or simple one? Harder one or simple one? Let
Anything.
me check. Huh? A hard one. Uh, yes, sorry. Oh, that's what in me. Okay, so I have to have it somewhere here. Then it's and then can go. Question number 2. Question number 2. A hard one or easy one? Hard one or easy one? Same. From the cellular organization, or shall I jump into the other one? I'm going to go with the same. Cellular organization. Okay. Cellular organization. Um, there are some unicellular. There are some unicellular organisms. organisms. There are some unicellular organisms which are autotrophic. Autotrophic. Or hetero. Some have prokaryotic cells, while others have eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells. My first question: name an organism. Name an organism which has, with besides which have prokaryotic prokaryotic cell and name an organism which have prokaryotic cell and autotrophic. Autotrophic. Prokaryotic cell and autotrophic. So, name an organism which have second one. What is the function? What is the function of nerve cell, nerve cell of eukaryotic organism if nerve cell, nerve cells are not, sorry, not if now, as nerve cells are not available in prokaryotic organism, how is the above function mentioned, mentioned in two is done. As nerve cells are not available in prokaryotic organisms, how is the above function mentioned in two is done in prokaryotic? And the fourth question, හරි එකක් දානවා අමාරුයි. හරි හොයා ගන්න. Am I correct? What are the following cells? What are the following cells? A, A, B, C, D, D. And next, 5. Write a difference between, write a difference between the vowel fell in blue and fell in the. That's enough. That's enough. That's your answer. How far you are clever in answering that one? Finish your answering. Oh, my spelling is wrong. A V O V. Finish your answering. Not yet.
Not yet.
You know, it is thundering here. That's like rain. Do you have rain there?
No, sir, not now.
Oh, we have thunders. Is it harder? Huh? Finished? I'm waiting for your command. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's go for the answers. Right. Stop sharing. Right. There are some unicellular organisms, and there are some unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Right. Some unicellular organisms which are autotrophic or heterotrophic. Some have prokaryotic cells while others have eukaryotic cells. Now, the I got one objective today to highlight to you that prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. If you could remember that I made it, I referred it several times, and I showed you how the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell is different. So there you got the basic idea, and that you should never forget. I mean, hereafter when answering the questions, and that's why I put this one again and again. Name an organism which have prokaryotic cell and autotrophic. Prokaryotic and autotrophic, not eukaryotic. Prokaryotic, and we know that prokaryotes are available in bacteria, right? Kingdom, domain bacteria, domain archaebacteria, and domain eukarya. So that's how the classification is done. So what is the what name an organism which have prokaryotic cell and autotrophic? What is your answer?
Cyanobacteria.
Cyanobacteria. Can you tell something about cyanobacteria? Can you tell something about the cyanobacteria? Can you tell something about the cyanobacteria? Can? Yep. Very good. Let me check whether I can give you something. Yeah. Here you are. What does this suggest? Some examples of chemoautotropic tropes include sulfur oxidizing bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria, and iron oxidizing bacteria. Cyanobacteria are included in the nitrogen fixing bacteria that are categorized as chemoautotrophs. Actually, cyanobacteria is photosynthetic. It has chlorophyll to produce the food, but still it is prokaryotes. It has prokaryotic cells. You can write any of them. That is sulfur oxidizing bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria, and iron oxidizing bacteria. But nitrogen fixing bacteria is the one that is we are almost always referring. So what you can write is you can write cyanobacteria. Check the spelling: cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria, correct. and nitrogen fixing bacteria like rhizobium. You can write anything from there. So what is your answer? Name an organism. So the answer is cyanobacteria, as you say, cyan, cyano, cyanobacteria. And number 2, what is the function of nerve cell of eukaryotic organism? What is the function? What is the function? Oh, what's the function of nerve cell?
To receive the information from the receptors or another neuron and to transmit them to the effector.
One word
Transmission of nerve impulses.
again.
Transmission of nerve impulses.
Yeah, the main function is
Communication cells.
Coordination.
coordination. Coordination. Coordination. You know why? You know why? I have set a question based on this one in the third one. See, as nerve cells are not available in prokaryotic organism, how is the above function mentioned in 2 is done in prokaryotic cell? That means, how is the coordination done? So that is what we want. And third one, then, how is it done? Yes. මම මේ කොතනද මේ ඔයාට රිෆර් කරන්නේ? කොතනද මේ රිෆර් කරන්නේ? මොන පොයින්ට් එකද සයන්ස් වල? Yes, මං කිව්වා when I give you a question like this, I told you, right? I try my best to include one tough part. Actually, that tough is not tough. It is easy if you have studied with your keen attention, right? The teachers, when they teach, they tell this thing. I mean, they highlight, they point out these things. Only the thing that you have your own mind map, your mind setting, and you don't like to go beyond that. That is the main issue. Like if you are clever enough, especially I'm telling you for the both parties, as grade 10s are here, you have 1 year to go ahead, and grade 11s, you have your A-level setup, right? Remember, when you are attending any class, you should have a separate book or at least a paper that write down some important point that the teacher gives you, which is not straightway available in the particular lesson. But there are some reference. For example, I told you about the prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells, the difference between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cells, which is not available in this unit. But when you think of the overall science curriculum syllabus in your O-level, that is referred, that reference is there. So I bring that point into your notice here because it is integrated. It is linked. When by the time the question is set, right, the examiner, the paper setter, has the right to integrate all these together, right, interconnected, interlaced them together, and to make the questions a bit harder and tough. I mean, I said in Sri Lanka, the examinations are especially designed to cut off your marks. You know, if the passing exams are there, you have studied the syllabus perfectly, and if the paper is set to check your knowledge that you have achieved, that you can answer all to get almost all A passes. You just give mouth over it and then, but you know, the exam is bit harder because we want to have a setup that drawn according to the frequencies and the number of students and the amount of mark you scored, like sigma FT, as I told you, right, earlier. Okay. What is the answer then here? Yeah, coordination. How is the coordination done by the what is the function of nerve cells? Nerve cells are not available prokaryotic organism. How is the above function is done? I'm referring that how is the what is insulin? What is insulin? It's a hormone. What is the function of hormone? Coordination. And what is insulin? It's a chemical compound. And how is the coordination done then? By the chemical compound. So the coordination is done in two ways. One, by using the nerve cells. The other one is the chemical. The chemical will be hormones. So this bacteria will be synthesizing some hormone. So we don't want to write the hormone, we can write chemical coordination. So what you can write here is, what is a nerve organism, how is the above function mentioned it to, is done prokaryotic cell by using chemical. By using chemical. Did anybody write the answer of that one? Did anybody write that one? Say yes, sir. No. What are the following cells? A. A.
Skin cell.
Yeah, skin cell, like that. But if you give me a better answer, A, P, T, L, tissue cell. Epithelial tissue cell. Is it fair for me to give this word to you at this stage?
No, sir.
No, yes. No, yes.
Yes.
Why you say yes? That word is not given to us in syllabus. It's wrong. It's unfair to give. No, it's fair. If you go to grade 7 class, right? This is there. The epithelial uh, tissue. Epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is the tissue, the covering. Internal, maybe if you consider the digestive tract, inner walls of the digestive tract, it is covered with the epithelial tissue. And the outer, like if you say skin, it is the epithelial tissue, right? The cells from your mouth, the questions you ask, what type of cell is this one? B. Human cheek cells. Human cheek cells are taken from the epithelial tissues, inner side of the mouth. So skin cells and epithelial tissue, yeah, it is mentioned there. That's why I ask you, right? When I use that epithelial word right now, hereafter you can't forget it because it is the science. It is, in general, it is science what you have to have, right? Astrocyte, B. B is, I told you that human cheek cells. Human cheek cells. And C. There was back reference as well, I can remember. Write a difference between this one and this one. So what is C then?
Red blood cell.
Red blood cell.
Red blood cells. Fantastic. It's red blood cell. Red blood cell. And B,
Neuron cell.
neuron cell. Neuron, nerve cell. Neuron cell or nerve cell. And the fifth one, write a difference between the above cell in B and cell C. What's the difference between the human cheek cell and the red blood cell? එහෙම දාන එක sir හරි අසාධාරණයි. It is unfair to have the questions like in this stage. All these questions are very difficult. Yeah, it's difficult. That's why we are discussing. It's fair to have them in. What's the difference between the red blood cell and the human cheek cell? I'm going to show you a human red blood cell. Human red blood cell. What do you think that if I am to make the question paper? This is the human red blood cell. Human.
Blood cells do not have nucleus, mitochondria, and ribosome.
Yeah, this one doesn't have, as you said, nucleus, mitochondria,
Mitochondria, ribosome.
ribosome. And a human cheek cell, it has. It has. That's the correct answer. I expect you to write the answer. Red blood cell doesn't have a nucleus. And the human cheek cell has nucleus. So you can write. You are going to write the answer. Cell, don't write cheek cell, don't write red blood cell, because if you gave the wrong answer here, that two, then this one also will be wrong. So better you write cell B has nucleus. Nucleus. N-U-C-L-E-U-S. But cell C doesn't have, cell B doesn't have a nucleus. Cell B doesn't have a nucleus. Right. I gave you two questions, by using the characteristics of organisms. By using characteristics of organism. So still there are some more questions which can be prepared by using this unit. But you can't isolate it and then make the questions like what I showed you. It is the integration of the other units. I mean, you are following the O-level curriculum. Therefore, we have the freedom to use the materials, the sources, the science from grade 6 to grade 11, because you have been studying. You are not an alien to the science curriculum that you are going to sit for the O-level exam. So whatever the basic things you study from there can be applied. You know that you are climbing up the ladder with the competency levels. There are competency levels. You are in grade 11 means you have covered all the other competency levels from the lower grade classes like grade 6. If you select the competency level, competency 3, and the competency 3 has competency level 3.1 to be covered from 6, 3.2 from 7, 3.3 from 8, 3.4 from 9, 3.5 from 10 and 3 6 from 11. So then the test paper is set by using this all the competency levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it is not always to see that the stuffs are taken from only from grade 10 and grade 11 units. No, almost all the subjects the same. I mean, if you say history, geography, civics, then Sinhala, English language, Tamil language, or whatever, it is the same. So, okay, that is how it is done. And I believe that's enough for today. Was it a wonderful experience today regarding this eighth unit? Did you expect to have the questions like this, or can I say it is the characteristics of organisms that we are going to study today? You felt, okay, it's easy. You know how. How? Any comments regarding the session today?
It's great, sir. You
Excellent.
Yes, yeah. And you can type a comment on this chat box also, no problem. I like to hear the girl's voice. Says Ashini Amaya. Yeah. Very helpful. Any other comments?
Excellent, sir.
Okay. Anything that you learned, something new? Excellent and nice. Chetana. Deshan. Excellent work. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Please share this one with your friends. The YouTube is there. It is telecast live, or it's the streamed live, not that way, right? Streaming live. Kandunu,
Yes, sir.
any comment?
Sir, questions are very difficult.
Difficult. Why?
came here.
They are not difficult, right? Do you think that they are outside syllabus? No.
No, sir. It's mixed and complicated.
Huh?
The lessons are mixed.
Yeah. That is what we want. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Lalit,
Excellent session, sir.
did you expect to have questions? I mean, we should not answer this is simple questions. Okay, children, let's go to the other one. No, this one, the answer is this one, and ask this one. No, and the other one, somebody might feel, Ayo, sir, if you can make them earlier and give us the question, then we would answer. So we can discuss the answer. But what I'm trying here is now to show you how the session is used to make the sources are used to make the question. Am I correct? It is a highly risky thing, you know, that I'm doing because you don't have time to think a new one and then include here, because this is a streaming live and you have come. Many of the participants are here. So on the spot, preparing question like that sort is really challenging and risky. But I think I took it out because I know that my talents and my skills, and I use them, right? Okay. So that's fine. And if you can add some comments to the YouTube chat boxes also would be fine, because then others understood, you know, before, like somebody who wanted to watch it, that might refer to the comments there. Even myself, before I watching some film, I just go with the reviews or the comments, and then I decide, oh, this is fantastic to watch or not. So if you can add some comments there, just lie right there, and then others would understand that it's fine. And thank you very much. Next, we will be meeting Wednesday. These are my class. Okay. Yeah, somebody asked actually about my classes and how they are conducted. This is for your reference. If you are watching my YouTube channel, we have classes, theory classes on Saturday. Grade 10, 10:30 to 12:30, grade 11, 1 to 5. So within that, we have 2 hours theory discussion and 1.5 hour period, nearly 20 minutes break there. And to discuss about the past papers, GCE O-level past papers. And these days we are doing the electronics part, theory class. And the 14th unit, the reproductions to be started for grade 10. And if you are coming to grade 11 class for my theory class, you are free. You have been given a free chance to join with the grade 10 class as well. And then we have the revision classes. Sunday 4 to 6 morning, Wednesday 9 to 10:30, and Thursday 9 to 10:30. Those are evening classes. So Thursday is especially for the grade 11 and Wednesday for the grade 10 and 11 both can come and join with us. So that's all for today. And if you have anything for reference, you just ring me or put a WhatsApp message 71814618. And thank you. And thank you. Bye then.
Thank you, sir.
Bye,
Have a
sir.
good day, sir.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye. Goodbye,
Bye,
sir.
Have a nice day.
Thank you,
Have
sir.
a nice day,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Your studies.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.